Today, my friends, we are here to break down Yeti Bomb. We are going to explain to you guys when is the best time to use a Yeti Bomb, and also going to teach you guys how to use it with different strategies. We're going to look at this from Town Hall 11 all the way up to Town Hall 13 to teach you guys the power of Yeti Bomb. So that's right, guys, we are looking at Yeti Bomb, and this is going to basically be an ultimate guide to it. It's going to teach you Yeti Bomb. I think I did one of these before in the past, but I really want to make sure that you guys are learning these tips so that then you can really crush a lot of bases, whether you're at Town Hall 11, 12, or even at Town Hall 13. This works for all three of them. It might work for Town Hall 10, but I don't know. But definitely it's going to work for Town Hall 11, 12, and 13. Now, on top of this, what are we looking at in terms of a Yeti Bomb? So the two strategies that we're going to be looking at here for Town Hall 11 is actually something I did very recently. That's going to be a Yeti Bomb into Mass Miner, or a Queen Walk Mass Miner. So what is the main thing with the Yeti Bomb? It's more so just creating a funnel. I mean, on this base here, we want to work our queen to go down this way. And then we can send in our Yeti Bomb here, which would then leave us to probably send our miners into the base, probably in between those two, so probably up until here. So that's probably going to be how it goes. But with the Yeti Bomb, at Town Hall 11, you really wouldn't want to Yeti Bomb the Town Hall, for the specific reason of, do you really want to go through the bigger or higher damage Archer Tower, 2 Expos, and the Queen doing a ton of damage to your Battle Blimp? So you've got to really think about to yourself, all right, is it worth it? So if it is, then I guess go for it, but I usually think that it's going to be better if you do an Inferno. There's 2 Infernos, so if you subtract 1, then you'll most likely get through a large portion of the base. When you're using miners, the Eagle really isn't that big of an issue. You have a Warden, and you have about 2, 3, depending on how many heal spells you bring, that you're going to be able to get through that. So when you're using this, remember that you want to use a Coco Loon. So that Coco Loon is going to be used in order to soak up any Seeking Air Mines or red air bombs. It doesn't really matter. So you'll see 2 balloons are dropped here. What this means is now we've got a clear area, so we know that for a fact that there's no Seeking Air Mines there. But we also used it there to create a funnel, technically taking down those defenses. So you'll see that now we're sending in our Yeti Bomb. Notice we're not using a Rage either. So we're clearing out that part of the base. That's really good here. And we haven't even used our King, so it's really allowing us to create that side of the funnel. We don't need to worry about that compartment. So you'll see as we're sending our Queen in, we want to make sure that we're, one, dealing with the CC, and we're also just creating a funnel for our miners. Now you may wonder, why is the attacker bringing a Skelly spell? Well, the idea is, with the Eagle so far away from any other damage, if she takes down those 2 Expos, then there's no damage surrounding that Eagle, which means you can actually just send in skeletons to take down this Eagle for you. So the biggest thing I want you guys to understand is just really making sure that you're taking your time with stuff, especially in this strategy like a Queen Walk. But then when you're using a Yeti Bomb, you've got to make sure that you're using a Coco Loon or 2, and you're going to be basically taking down a compartment. More of an Inferno compartment than anything else. But you'll see that as we're sending everything in, we create that side of the funnel, we get rid of the Eagle. So we're using our King on one side and then the miners to drive in on the other. So the pathing here is looking like this into the base. That's what you're going to be trying to do. That is why we used a Yeti Bomb. So that's really important to just keep in mind. I mean, for those of you who are trying to get into learning Yeti Bomb, then this is where you guys really need to learn it. I mean, it is a great funneling sort of method for your entire attack. Think of it like using a charge without having to use your Queen. So it's definitely a really powerful method that you guys can use at Town Hall 11. 1 Yeti can still be enough. It's only 1 Yeti and like 2 Valkyries. It's really, really good in terms of just attacking. You can see he even swagged his ability. So So that kind of gives you guys a really clear idea into using a Yeti Bomb here at Town Hall 11, but let's show you guys one more example using it. So here's another example using the Yeti Bomb into Queen Walk Miners, but the thing here in terms of what we're seeing is we're going to get rid of, again, a multi-inferno compartment. It's really important. So, I mean, if you're seeing like those ring style bases and they have their infernos a little bit deeper set, then think about the next best thing that you can get. You're just using it to create a funnel. So you really want to make sure that you're looking for those surrounding areas. If there are buildings touching, especially lower HP buildings, those things are going to almost get wiped out instantly. So you can still use this to create a funnel even if you're not getting an inferno. So you'll see from here, and I just want to make sure that we're playing this as I'm talking. So I want to make sure that you guys sort of understand really what this is. So we're showing you guys 3 different strategies here, but each of these strategies can be used with a siege machine or with a battle blimp and a Yeti Bomb. So if you don't have access to siege barracks, this is the next best thing. I mean, you're gonna see a actually coming up next, we're gonna see a Town Hall 12 one with a Queen Charge Lalo. So definitely stay tuned for that. But you'll see from here is when you're using a Yeti Bomb, like you see right here, we are getting rid of the Inferno because that's going to allow us to create that side of the funnel. So this way, if we are, let's say, walking our queen here, if we're walking our queen down this way, then what we could do is we could drop in our king here and actually send in our miners right there. So that's the whole premise of this strategy. It's not so much to be hard. That is what makes a Yeti Bomb so good. It is very easy to get value, and it just makes the attack go smoothly. So seeing from here, we're taking a lot of damage from everything. That's why we're using the rage spells with the queen. I've covered this in a queen charge guide. So you'll see from here, we're taking advantage of how the base is designed. Because there's like 3 channels or 3 different areas where we have like defense channels, that's really where we want to sort of funnel out with the Inferno. And we can do it on the other side too, but just then sending in our miners on that side while keeping them in with the king. So that's the whole thing. So you can still do this as a Town Hall 12. It may be a little bit more difficult. I would definitely look for an area where you can Yeti Bomb for a little bit more value, but you can still do these attacks at Town Hall 12 and 13. These are all really good attacks that you guys can definitely try out. So I really wouldn't be showing you guys these attacks if they didn't work universally. Miners work pretty universally. Lalo works pretty universally. I don't really know at Town Hall 12 though. That's definitely something to play around with in terms of a Yeti Bomb into Queen Charge Lalo. But for Town Hall 13's Queen Charge Lalo is still pretty effective. And on top of that, Miner Hawk Hybrid is still a very, very strong way of using it. So just to give you guys a lot of really good examples here. So with all that, hopefully you guys get an idea for those of you who are at Town Hall 11. For those of you who don't have access to siege machines, this is the video I want you guys to really listen to. Just these 2 sections. So those 2 Town Hall 11 replays. I wanted you guys to make sure that you guys are paying attention. This strategy is really strong, and I would highly encourage you guys to try it out if you don't have access to siege barracks. Now let's go ahead and move on into Town Hall 12 with a Yeti Bomb. So, for those of you who are at Town Hall 12, Yeti Bomb is again a very, very good option. Now, for those of you who don't have access to siege barracks, again, this is a very strong method of creating a funnel. So, the thing that you're going to see here is this is a normal Queen Charge Lalo. You see that we have super wall breakers as well. So, what are we doing here? Well, we have a jump, we have super wall breakers. We don't really need to use the super wall breakers. We have the jump spell, and that's going to get us to the queen. So remember that with the lava loon, you're looking for the queen, you're looking for the CC. I did do a lava loon guide. Remember to check the card up here. That should work for you guys as well in terms of the lava loon portion. But we're focusing here on the battle blimp. We're focusing on the Yeti Bomb. So a compartment like this, like you see right here, is going to be an extremely important compartment. The main reason is because the Inferno encased in that like compartment right there is so small, you can actually hit most to all of those buildings with the death damage of the blimp. So you'll see that. But what I can definitely say to you is try to take advantage of compartments like that, whether you're at Town Hall 12, Town Hall 11, or even Town Hall 13. This compartment is pretty universal, so people will tend to use those in base building. So if you ever see them, which maybe you will at some point, they take advantage of it with a Yeti Bomb because you can really get a lot of good value from the blimp if you are using that. So remember, you're usually going to use a loon or two to soak up any seeking air mines. Like we see right here, there is a archer tower, so we're going to take that down for the most part. And then you can see when we're going into here, boom, it splashes a lot of those defenses, really taking them out. Now you'll see from here as well is from that Yeti Bomb, remember we have 2 Yetis here, but you'll see that from the defensive CC, we have goblins, and then we also have a dragon and a witch. So typically this CC I don't really see too much, but if you guys are seeing damage CCs kind of like this, then definitely this is a really good way to lure them out. Make sure though, I didn't really mention this with the Town Hall 11 one, but for everyone, and it really doesn't matter here, you will need to try to lure out the CC with the Yeti Bomb, because you want to make sure that you are luring it out for the queen walk or charge. So you'll see right here is when we're charging our queen in, we're just getting that value like the air defenses, the wizard towers, the multi-inferno, the expos, those things, air sweepers, the queen. Those are always going to be very important. But with that being said, I mean, the Yeti Bomb is an extremely big thing to focus in on. So I only have one example for you guys, sadly, here at Town Hall 12. I wish I had for you another example for not just this strategy, but maybe even for another strategy using Yeti Bomb, even hybrid. But of course, hybrid didn't use it in this case. It was a lot stronger with the siege barrack, but Yeti Bomb can still be used very consistently. And from what I can definitely tell you guys with the Lava Loon, especially at Town Hall 12, if you're going to charge into the Town Hall, Grand Warden ability right over it. Because you need to make sure that that Town Hall goes down. Even if a couple of those balloons do go down a little bit, you want to make sure that you are still getting the value that you can with your Lava Loon portion, with your balloons, because you want to make sure that you are clearing as much of the base down. So you'll see from here, it's going to be an easy trip, but the idea that I want you guys to understand is the Yeti Bomb and making sure that you guys are properly using the Yeti Bomb, because you want to make sure that you are getting the value that you need in order to sort of create the funnel. So that is why we actually use the Yeti Bomb there, in order to funnel the queen into that infernal compartment. So that way what happens is the queen can start walking here and we can start to send in the jump there, and that easily allows us to get into the queen compartment and take out the queen. So with that being said, that gives you guys a really solid idea into realistically using the Yeti Bomb at Town Hall 12. So definitely I want to try and get maybe even another video like this where I can show more examples, but let's go ahead and move on into our final example, which is at Town Hall 13. So for those of you here at Town Hall 13, this is going to be your only example here. This is our final one for the video as well. But the big thing is we're looking at hybrid. Hybrid is still very powerful. I think Yeti Bomb is a great option for it. I think the Siege Barrack is as well. There should be no excuse on you guys not having a Siege Barrack. So just saying. But if you don't have access to it, Yeti Bomb is going to be your go-to. Now you'll notice is that the attacker here, he doesn't have max heroes, but he is using a hero potion. So just keep that in mind. But with that being said, remember that the same basic rules apply. We are trying to carve a path here. So we want to use our Yeti Bomb here to take care of this Inferno compartment. So we're going to send it right here, and that's where it's going to pop around there. So we want to then walk here, and that's going to create that side of the funnel. So what I'm just trying to get you guys to understand, no matter if you're Town Hall 11, 12, or 13, you're using the Yeti Bomb not for value, but for a funnel. This can allow you to worry less about certain defenses, like the Town Hall if you're at Town Hall 12 and 13, or an Inferno, or maybe even some other defenses like the Eagle or a an expo or even a scatter shot. So those are always going to be big things I want you guys to sort of just take away. From this video, I really want you guys to take away the understanding of learning the Yeti Bomb. Where is good enough pathing and stuff like that. And again, that is the biggest thing I want you guys to understand, is just the funnel. Make sure that you're understanding that, and that is going to help you guys get through a lot of bases. So with that being said, using a Yeti Bomb is really not too difficult. So the biggest thing you guys just need to understand is really, you want to try and pop it a little bit above the Inferno. So here he kind of popped it either a little bit early or Seeking Airmine got it. What you'll see from here is that we cleared a good chunk of that compartment. So the only building that's left is going to be the cannon there in that compartment. But we still cleared most of it. Now, when we're dealing with the CC, usually you can actually send in a Hog Rider and that can actually lure it out for you. And something I didn't realize is that the Sneaky Goblins will actually keep their ability even when you donate them in the defensive CC. Quite interesting, I didn't realize it. But that was just something I wanted to quickly mention to you guys, so a little off topic there. But the main thing here is just focusing on the funnel. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys sort of understand as much as possible the impact of using a Yeti Bomb in different attacks. And you saw this with all of these and how easy they were. Of course, with the Lava Loon in the last example, it was a little on the wire. So it's definitely something that, you know, if you are willing to try it, then go for it. But other than that, you're just creating a funnel with the Yeti. You're using the Yeti Bomb for a funnel, as what I should be saying. Is the Yeti Bomb is so important to use in terms of different strategies. And I mean, it is open to not just these three. I mean, you can use it upon other things. I mean, you could probably use it with maybe even a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. Probably. I don't know. But that's definitely a possibility. So there's just a lot of different ways that you guys can use a Yeti Bomb. It's just being really creative with your attacks and stuff. So if you think that you can get some funneling value with the Yeti Bomb with different strategies, then definitely go for it. It's so good. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, you guys were watching this example, you guys are actually learning on the strategy and stuff, not really hearing me sort of talk about, you know, the replay going through or anything. I want to really talk about the Yeti Bomb and stay focused on it, because that is really where this video, the main topic of it, is really at. So I wanted to break that down here for you guys, and hopefully that this video wasn't boring. Hopefully it kind of helps you guys see a little bit into using a Yeti Bomb. So if you guys did enjoy, remember to leave a like. It really means a lot, and it really does help the channel. Also, don't forget to sort of share with your clanmates, so if they're kind of stuck in terms of not really knowing what attack to use or what siege, then definitely send them this video their way. Also, feel free to go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss anything, and to join the Corrupt fam. Feel free to also go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and MadCat. I'm leaving all 4 of those links in the description, and if you want to go ahead and join any of the clans I cover in Clash of Clans, then feel free to go ahead and join any of the clan discords I have in the description of this video. Another thing, if you want to support me even further, then feel free to go ahead and subscribe to me on Twitch, or even follow me or join as a channel member, or even buy some merch via Playmakers Wanted. I'm going to be leaving all 3 of those as a links in the description, so definitely, well, mostly the link for the merch. But with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.